Multi-field mixed deduplication followed by numbering. A certain database table stores personnel information from multiple sources. If one of the name, phone, or email fields in two records is duplicated, it means that these two records belong to the same person. If A and B are the same person, and B and C are the same person, then A and C are also the same person. If the fields of two records are both null, it means that they are not duplicated by default, and whether they are duplicated depends on other fields to determine. Now we need to add a calculated column NO, which requires finding all duplicate records, and assigning an independent NO to each set of duplicate records. We can compare every two records multiple times through a loop, set NO according to certain rules, and end the loop when it can no longer find duplicate records. But SQL is difficult to perform logically complex comparison processing on every two records, and does not support infinite loops, making it difficult to code in SQL. SPL supports relative intervals, and can perform complex logical processing on any two records. It also supports complete procedural syntax, and can implement conditional endless loops. A1 loads data from the database using the query function. A2 adds a new number column NO, which defaults to record sequence number, the £sign. A3 uses an infinite loop to traverse records, and adjust the NO column. If there is a situation where an O is adjusted after a certain traversal, traverse again until all NO are no longer adjusted. Traverse records from top to bottom. When the current record is the ith record, compare it with the I+1th till the last record in sequence. If it is determined to be a duplicate record, synchronize the NO of both records, and take the smaller one between them. When the field value is null, it defaults to not being duplicated with other records. Note that null is false when performing logical and operations on any value. T(1) represents the relative interval, which is used to get the next record until the last record. For example, when looping to the first record, the range of the interval is shown in the figure. The count function returns the number of members that meet the criteria. During the comparison process between the ith record and the I+1th to the last record, if there is an action where no is adjusted, the count of the inner layer will be greater than 0, which will cause the count of the outer layer to also be greater than 0, satisfying the condition for continuing the loop. Note the condition that NO is not equal to T.NO. Ensure that at least one NO value in the adjustment action becomes smaller, otherwise an endless loop may occur. A4 returns the two-dimensional table after adjusting the numbering column. There are more examples of SPL. Welcome to like and follow.